Hello there, how you're all doing? My name's John and this is the Health Anarchist channel. Right, I've just got off that train and I'm at Greenfield. Greenfield's a little village. It's kind of in Saddleworth, up Oldham way, and it's so easy to get to from Manchester. You just jump on the train in Manchester and you're here in about 25 minutes from Manchester, so it's just really easy to get to, and it's one of the magic routes out of the Manchester rat race that takes you right into the countryside. Well, I'm really excited today because I've been waiting to do this video for a while. I'm excited because it's a video in which I might be able to help some of you people, and I do like helping people, and it's also a really interesting walk, and it's a lovely day today. It's nice and bright, so I'm really looking forward to it. So this video today, it's called How to Escape the Manchester Rat Race, and basically it's how to get away from the city, from the concrete jungle, for a nice walk, enjoy the well-being and peace and quiet of the countryside. Now this walk today is along one of what I call the magic routes. Now there's many what I call magic routes, which are basically ways to get out of the inner city Manchester for the day, and in a really easy way. Now this is on a main train line from Manchester to Huddersfield, and it's a little place called Greenfield, which is in Saddleworth. It's kind of up Oldham way, and it's only about 25 minutes on the train from Manchester, so it's a really easy route. So basically you get the train to Greenfield and that's where your walk will begin. So there's many of these routes out of Manchester, what I call magic routes, and I'm going to use this one today as an example of where you can go by using one of these routes and how you can get away from it all, from all the mither of being in a city. So a lot of people probably think, you know, Greater Manchester, it's all built up in a city, but they'd be wrong. There's lots of great countryside in and around Manchester, and this is one of those places. Today we're going to be doing a walk up to a place called Pots and Pans, and also we'll be walking from there to Alderman's Hill, and I'll just show you what it's like when I get up there. First stile of the day. So the walk begins now. I've just gone through that stile and I'm on the start of a climb up to the top of the hill where Pots and Pans is. I'm only a short distance away from the train station, about 10-15 minutes, and I'm in this relaxing, beautiful countryside. Right, I've just joined a little road now. Some old buildings. So I'm just on another little country lane now. So far it's been going across fields and wandering down country lanes, or should I say wandering up country lanes, because it's all been uphill. I'm about halfway up now. It's a bit of effort, as long as you're reasonably fit and healthy. Walking is great for you mentally, and it's great for you physically as well. So finally, we've got the first clear view of the destination where I want to get to. Well, this is one of them. This is Pots and Pans, it's called, which is a formation at the top of a hill. So from the road at the bottom there's a clear track which leads all the way to the hilltop. So onwards we go, let's get on with this, come on. Bit different than your urban city centre, isn't it? And so easy to get to from the city centre on the train. So we can see the final section to the top. Looks like a steep climb, but really looking forward to doing it and mastering this last steep bit. Just filming a bit now so I can show you what it's like on the climb up. So I'm 2/3 of the way up that final steep bit we were looking at. So what's my verdict? It's not too bad really. It looks worse than it actually is. Obviously it's a bit of effort, but it's easily doable. Just the final push for this last section now. Wow, look at all that behind me, what I've climbed up. I mean, if you think those tiny houses down there, that's near the train station where I come up. Just one final little section now till I get to the top. Right, so I finally made it to the top, people. This is at the top, Pots and Pans rock formation. Just look at that distance I've come all the way up that steep slope. In reality, it wasn't too bad, but it does require a bit of effort and a general level of fitness. So if you just want to get out away from the city for the day, and you don't fancy climbing hills, you can still come to Greenfield and you can have a walk down to Duffstones Reservoir, which is all relatively flat round there, and you can still enjoy all the hills around you without climbing up them. But if you are pretty fit and healthy, I definitely recommend having a walk up to Pots and Pans up here, because once you're up here on the top, it's all pretty easy and pretty level. It's just a bit of a climb getting up here. So this is actually the rock formation known as Pots and Pans, what I'm showing you now. It's also been referred to as a Druid's altar. Let's have a look. So I'll just have a climb up here now. So I'm standing up at the top now of what's been referred to as the Druid's altar. As you can see, there's that sort of basin area in the middle. So if you just imagine thousands of years ago, there was an ancient race of people known as the Druids at the time of Stonehenge, and they would have brought their sacrificial victims up here, laid them out across the slab, and then they would have drew a knife from ear to ear across their throats, spurting blood everywhere, dripping down into the bowl in the centre to be collected for their dark magic. Well, that's an interesting, fanciful tale, but almost likely not true at all. It probably wasn't a Druid's altar. It does make a great story though, doesn't it? I mean, I have heard another theory that it was Victorian hunting parties used to come up here and they carved this bowl into the rock to fill with water to keep their wine or champagne chilled. So that's another theory I've heard, but who knows. Also, the very obvious monument you can see from the bottom is the large war memorial. So as this video's titled Escape from the Manchester Rat Race, it exactly is that. Once you're up here, it is so peaceful and quiet and chilled out, and it's just a brilliant place for recharging your soul, and it's also does you a world of good physically as well. So there's actually a wealth of myth and legend and folklore around this area, Greenfield in Saddleworth, and it's really fascinating. I mean, it's a very historical place. The whole area, there's been evidence of people from the Mesolithic hunter-gatherer times through to Roman and medieval and later. And there's a place here, I'm going to try and find it again today, called Fairy Hole Cave. Now, I have had a look at the entrance before, but I'm going to go in a little bit today and just poke my head down and shine a torch to see what's down there. Now, it is quite a deep cave, but to be honest, it's called Fairy Hole Cave, but it's not actually technically a cave. It's more of a fissure or a fault in the rock, because this whole area is gritstone. And you don't really get caves in gritstone. Caves are usually in limestone, but with it being a fault or fissure, it has a cave-like aspects to it. And with it being called Fairy Hole, there's a chance it could have been significant in pagan times, because they were often called fairies later on and things like that. And it may have Celtic or pagan roots, going back to some kind of Celtic deity, or even older than that. So it is very fascinating. So that's Alderman Hill up there in the middle in the distance. That's my destination today. But if I can find Fairy Hole Cave again on the way, that's a massive bonus. So there's Alderman Hill up there, not far away. If I pan round here, this is the Fairy Hole Cave. I just must add a bit of a warning here. Do not come down there on your own. I'm just poking my head down, but I wouldn't even advise that. It's dangerous, so don't go down there. Drops down there, but apparently it goes down about 11 metres, which is quite a drop, isn't it? Just try and show you a bit. But drops down, and there's a lot of chambers and caverns going off, but you need a rope really. But I just wanted to show you a bit of it. Got to get out now. Right, I've just done a very restricted turnaround to get back out. Let's get out to fresh air. Right, back out in the fresh air now. I'm just coming to the top of Alderman Hill. So this is the second hill I've done today. Look at this view, people, that is spectacular. Now that is Duffstone's reservoir at the bottom, and what I was saying, if you don't feel quite fit enough to tackle the hill, you can still come to Greenfield, have a walk round the bottom where the reservoir is. It's all flat and you can still enjoy the countryside. But if you fancy a bit of a climb, definitely come up here. It is absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to make my way back down now. The best thing about the return journey is it's always a lot easier going downhill. So I'm just going back down this quiet country lane now, back towards Greenfield. So if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know I talk a lot about how walking is great for your body and it's great for your mind as well. And this one is no exception. I'm going to enjoy this last stretch back because it's like idyllic countryside, and it's just such a peaceful, quiet place to chill, and I think it'll do me the world of good. So I think I'm going to wrap this video up for today because I'm nearly back at Greenfield now. So thanks so much for coming with me today, and I do hope this video is of some help to inspire you to get out and try walking for yourself and enjoy the countryside in Greater Manchester. If you did enjoy today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.